It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley is over yonder. He's working the nasal spray thing again. He's in denial. I told him he had a problem.
I'm not in denial. I don't. You said I used it yesterday. I don't recall using it yesterday.
There's video proof.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, or you could have done. And you know, I got to talk about yesterday's show because it was alleged that at one point during yesterday's recording, I muted the mic, leaned forward, and broke wind.
Right. I thought, you know what? I thought I might have.
Oh, now you're accusing me as well. Okay.
I'm not accusing you. I thought I may have heard something, and I just kind of brushed it off because I'm an adult and I don't acknowledge flatulence.
I would not do something so vile and vulgar. That's not my MO. You've known me long enough to know that that doesn't happen.
Right.
I'm not going to bring up the name of the accuser. I'm simply going to say that he's a former detective, former police officer, and to have him stand there and accuse me of such behavior is beneath me, and I will not.
Well, thank you for your viewership, sir.
Yes, thank you for your watching, and I can't believe you would accuse me of such heinous acts.
I'm not accusing you. I'm saying I thought I heard something. I
didn't say you accused me. I said he did.
Okay.
He even said he even said when he texted me that he rewound it and watched it 3 times. He was so sure.
Could have been just a minor technical glitch or a minor Andy O'Reilly glitch. We don't know.
Right. Neither which one have happened. No, we don't operate in those circles. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We're a highbrow adult-based radio show or internet thing or whatever you want to call this, and
whatever this is.
All right, so let's talk some serious discussion here.
Yeah.
I was working on some things yesterday and watching the news conference between our 2 greatest world leaders, and you tell me.
You want me to get into the story and then we discuss?
All right, let's do that.
All right. President Trump is facing backlash after his summit in Helsinki with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump refused to side with the findings of his own intelligence community that Putin's government used illegal hacking to influence the election. 12 Russian military officers have been indicted. That was just dumb. It was just dumb. It's like here's the thing. It's one thing to do what a lot of presidents have done over the years when dealing with Russia at these summits, because the whole point of these summits, bottom line, is to avoid nuclear war.
Right.
So it's okay to streak a slightly not conciliatory but respectful tone. It's another thing to bend over. And that's what happened. And that's why the criticism he's getting is, for the most part, I will say this, for at least half of the criticism is absolutely warranted. Now, some of it, though, predictably over the top. I'll give you a few examples that I discovered. MSNBC's John Brennan said it was nothing short of treasonous.
He was not the only one.
David Axelrod on CNN compared Trump to Neville Chamberlain's meeting with Hitler. That's over the top. That's over the top.
Okay, all right.
But like I said, when you're dealing with, you've got to go strength with strength. Now, that doesn't mean you trash talk him, but you can't do what he did. You can't do what Trump did.
No,
that's dumb. It's just dumb. It's a mistake. But hey, at the end of the day, I was watching it, going, they're both lying. Putin's lying about what he didn't do. Trump's lying. I believe Trump's lying about him believing that Putin didn't have anything. I think Trump was trying to strike a conciliatory tone and went way overboard the other way. And you can't side, especially overseas, doing that overseas, especially because this is the same thing. Like Obama got criticized for this, and rightfully so. You don't criticize your intelligence agency on the other side, on somebody else's soil. And you especially don't do it with Russia. You don't do it. No. You don't do it.
That happened.
But like I said, I think people are still at the same time. Okay, it was a mistake, and I think it makes us look bad. It makes him look bad. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I really don't. That's my. Okay, you go ahead.
I said my piece.
No, you didn't. You
I did too. I told you exactly what I said in my comments during our conversation. Dude, what the hell is this guy doing in office? Seriously, he
elected.
didn't win the he didn't win the general vote. He didn't win the popular vote.
Won the election. Okay, let's stop with that because he won the election. Whether you like to, I didn't vote for him. You didn't vote for him, but he won the election. So let's not say this is an illegitimate presidency or even insinuate that because that's stupid. Because it's not true. You look at. I mean,
all right, let's put him in the list with the greats like Warren Harding.
No, no. I'll say this. With all of his, like I said, cartoonish behavior, with his, tweet storms, with his the stuff he's got going on in his personal life, which I don't even want to get into that. But economy's good, unemployment's pretty low. We're not getting involved in any wars.
Okay.
Things are actually pretty good. So from a legislative standpoint, he's done some good things he's done some good things on the world stage at times. This was terrible. Okay, I'll call it what it is. It was terrible.
Okay, you said that we're not involved in any wars.
And not in any unnecessary conflict.
Okay, there's this thing called a trade war that's looming.
We've got war on terrorism. We're not involved.
Trade war. That's
trade
looming.
war.
Okay,
that you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about military. Go ahead.
Watch and see.
Yeah, that's what I've said about the trade war with China. I don't know if this would be a good thing or a bad thing.
It's going to be a bad thing.
We'll have to wait and see on it. Okay. I don't call things before they happen. I don't immediately assume everything is negative. See, that's the problem with the narrative on these stories. This is why so many people do not listen.
Dude, here's the thing.
Because
history repeats itself.
Is an outrage.
Okay.
Everything's an outrage.
I'm not outraged. I'm simply sitting here telling you that history repeats itself. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Trump, for all he flashes and all he shows and all he goes on and on and on. Look at me. Wow, wow, wow. I'm this great business guy. He's a welcher. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's to say that he's not going to pull the same crap on this stage?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, he was
so
lying.
Be ready for it. That's all I'm saying.
He was blatantly lying.
Okay,
when he said
go back. He's supposedly the art of the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the book, The Art of the Deal.
Yeah.
Did he or did he not?
Yeah, he did. I'm not.
Okay, great. So he's this wonderful, all powerful, all intelligent businessman that's really bright and really smart and really knows how to get things done, right?
I think he's a smart guy. I think his business acumen has been overstated because how do you bankrupt a casino? That's why.
Okay, but here's the thing. These are the things that everybody's touting, and he's so smart, and they voted for him to get a businessman in office, and they did all this, and they did all that, and blah, 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 blah. Nobody goes back and looks at the big blunders he's made on the grand business scales, like the casino.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
okay, so who's to say that he's not going to get on the world stage and make these same mistakes over and over and over again, which he's doing with the trade war, and it's going to bite us in the ass in a big, big way, and it's coming. I'm just saying, dude, just be ready for it.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens with that. And then when going back to the Russia thing, we've been weak on Russia going back at least one presidency. Okay, Obama was incredibly weak when it came to Russia. I mean, this was the guy who said after he said make sure, and this was caught on tape. Hey, tell Putin I'll have more flexibility after the election, after he got reelected. He was saying I'll have more flexibility, and so that we've been pretty weak on Russia, and Trump is just carrying the torch of weakness. And he looked really, really. I mean, Vladimir Putin, and this doesn't happen with Trump often. You can argue a lot of things with Trump, but Trump is usually the alpha dog in the room. He was not the alpha dog, even though he was 4 inches short or taller, a good 4 inches taller than Putin. He looked small. Mm-hmm. Putin made him look small.
There you go.
And that's the bottom line. That was not a good look for
next
Trump
story.
As a country. All right. A group of black interns from the GOP were apparently denied a ride by an Uber driver because 2 of them were wearing Trump's Make America Great Again hats. The Black Conservatives program was designed for those interning on Capitol Hill. The group was attempting to travel from George Washington University to Trump International Hotel in Washington. The Uber driver asked about the hats and told them they were not welcome in his vehicle. One of the members is considering a lawsuit. I go back to the bakery that didn't want to bake a cake for the gay wedding. They have the right to do that. The Uber driver had the right to not let these people in his cab. However, if I'm Uber, just like if I'm another bakery, or if I were, if I were a business and my employees were doing this, I might have to have a chat with them.
There you have it.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is, you don't.
I guess I would want to know
if Uber,
if Uber gives people the right to deny anybody service.
Do you have that? Is that in your contract that if you don't want to pick somebody up for whatever reason, are they treated? Are Uber drivers treated as essentially independent contractors? I believe they are.
Right.
But can Uber fire this guy? I would say this. I would say the Uber driver has a right to not let these guys in his vehicle. Uber has a right to fire him for that because it's a bad look for their company.
There you have
it. The bakery had the right to not bake the gay wedding cake. But like let's say it was a bakery was owned by somebody else, and the bakers decide not to bake it. Like let's say they were managers and they decided not to bake it. Then the owners would have a right to fire them for that.
Yep.
Because it's bad business.
It's bad business.
So there you go. Gas prices on the rise again. The price at the pump has jumped 7 cents a gallon in Muskegon and Grand Rapids. Average price near $3 a gallon. Not really impacting me right now.
No,
it really has. I mean,
$3. I'm okay with that.
Higher. See, that's it.
But you know what I'm not okay with?
What?
Muskegon is usually 10 to 12 cents higher a gallon than other areas, which is stupid.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
It's not fair.
People smarter than us. I don't care about fairness. I care about why. I'm just curious as to why it is.
Yeah.
I assume there's some excuse that it takes. I don't know if it's more difficult to get transportation costs. I don't know.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just spitballing, trying to figure out.
I know you are, but let me can I just point a little something out to you?
Go ahead.
I know you're not overly familiar with the greater Muskegon area, but right out there on 120, right at the Causeway and all that stuff, there's this thing called the gasoline terminal. Where all the holding tanks are, where all the gasoline for the area comes into Michigan.
Are more people using it? I don't know. Maybe these stations are busy. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
You know where all the gas trucks in Michigan, West Michigan, come from? They come from Muskegon, so it can't be a transportation issue.
Okay, what do you think the issue is? Why
I think they're screwing us.
They're screwing you. Why? What's the
because they can
screw Muskegon over somebody else?
Because they can.
Because they can.
Yeah.
Is it screwing you or is it business? The cost of it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's good business.
I'm not saying it's good business.
Let's charge everybody in Muskegon 12 cents more a gallon because we can.
Maybe that, I would say that's probably why I would say that's probably a good answer because they can.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, sports. Tigers are off. It's the All-Star break. Bryce Harper wins the home run derby.
Oh, did he? That's cool.
All-Star game's on tonight. I'm not into All-Star games at all in any sport.
No.
As a big basketball and football fan I am, I don't watch the All-Star game. I don't watch the Pro Bowl. I probably won't watch any of the All-Star game tonight. I don't care.
Okay.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count as anything.
Sounds good.
All right.
Have yourself a wonderful.
You too. See ya.
Take it easy, man.